Hello and welcome everybody to today's Commodities Corner presented by myself, Phil Carr, at the Gold and Silver Club. So today is the non-farm payroll special, so we've got lots to cover with you during today's session. Just before we get started, a very quick disclaimer for you to have a read off and then we will get going. Okay, perfect. Right, so during today's session, we will be covering the following. We'll be going over live market analysis. We will complete a watch list of trading opportunities, a forecast of where commodities are heading now as we go into next week, following on from non-farm payrolls, how we expect the markets to move and answering your questions, and of course, providing live support. So any questions, do put those, as always, into the comments section. You have an area where you can put questions and comments. Do please feel free to share those. So before we go into it, let me introduce you to the Gold and Silver Club. The Gold and Silver Club is the world's #1 commodities trading and investment coaching company. We are regarded as the go-to authority on commodities trading. As internationally respected experts, our analysis and our opinions on the metals, the energies and the agricultural markets, they're routinely sought by major financial television channels and publications, which include Bloomberg, Reuters, CNBC, Global Banking Finance Review, The Wall Street Journal, and of course, it's a pleasure to be here today on binary.com. Our team of experts has trained and mentored over 100,000 private traders from all over the world to increase their wealth and generate substantial monthly income through commodities using our exclusive research-driven strategies. So for more information on the Gold and Silver Club and our expertise, feel free to visit our website, which is www.thegoldandsilverclub.com. Okay, good. So we'll just give you a bit of an update in terms of how commodities have performed really over the last quarter. So of course, by the close of last week, we had finished the month of June, which is the end of the second quarter of the year. And what we've seen really over the last quarter is commodities post their biggest quarterly gain since 2010. So the best performance in over 6 years. They outperformed stocks, bonds, and currencies. Hedge funds remain big players in this market. And during the quarter, we saw bullish net long positions hitting record 2-year highs of 1.53 million lots. So we've continued to see very strong inflows. Certainly over the last quarter, we've seen silver surging, soybeans, runaway market, sugar, heating oil, Brent crude oil, zinc, US crude oil, natural gas, gold, coffee, platinum, among a few of the markets which have benefited in a big way from the moves that we've seen so far over the last quarter. The real winners have been gold, silver, sugar, certainly as well, soybeans, but gold and silver have had a tremendous quarter. So we saw gold net longs hit a new record high. We saw managed money positions, hedge funds, investors enter into a record position of 273,000 lots in the second quarter of this year. Gold prices, they rallied 12% to hit a new 2-year high over the course of June. And so far, gold is up 28% from where prices started the year at $1,060 per ounce. And a lot of this uncertainty in the markets has really propelled gold and silver to much higher prices, following on from the decision of the UK to essentially exit the European Union. And with that, we've seen very strong inflows and consistent inflows into gold and silver. So we've also seen silver have a runaway move over the last week. We saw silver breach above $21 per ounce. Silver is now up more than gold on the year, up over 35% so far in 2016 from where prices started the year at $13.80 per ounce. As of the highs that we reached earlier on this year, earlier on this week, we actually breached $21 per ounce. So we've seen huge surges, and over the last month, silver has managed to jump 17%. So we've continued to see very significant inflows into this market. So again, silver here outperforming a lot of other commodities now over the course of Brexit, or following on from Brexit. Reports that major European economies are moving towards quantitative easing after the UK's vote to leave the European Union. So silver, one of the biggest beneficiaries of the Brexit decision, and we've continued to see very strong inflows into the precious metals. So with that, we'll move over to the top trades of the week, and then we'll go over some live technical analysis. So the top trades of the week using the Gold and Silver Club research-driven strategies have been as follows. So first of all, we've had a number of positions on silver, but we took advantage of another breakout trade once we breached above $19 per ounce, just for a rise trade for the price to be higher. And over the course of the beginning of this week, we absolutely capitulated on silver. We had a tremendous move once we breached above 19, then 20, then 21 US dollars per ounce. So well done to all of you who've caught moves on the precious metals over the last couple of weeks following on from Brexit. Crude oil has now picked a direction. So we saw this. We've been selling short oil for a while now, as I'm sure a few of you will know who've been on our regular commodities corner. But essentially, we really had a significant leg down over the last 24 hours here. We've broken through a major level, which was 48.50, and then now we've broken through 46. We closed below major support yesterday, and there looks like to be more downside potential here with crude oil, which if we can take a position on, I'll double check to see if this market is closed. I'll do that in a second, actually, when we go over to the live markets. If not, we can take a trade on oil because that's looking pretty good for more downside now. So with that, we'll move over to the charts very shortly. We're going to be looking at two different types of trade here. So it's a higher or a lower trade. If you select higher, you win the market payout if the market exit price is strictly higher than the entry price. And if you select lower, you win the payout if the market exit price is strictly lower than the entry price. So essentially, trading this way, what you need to get right is, of course, your entry. Then you need to get the direction of the market correct, and then the time frame of that as well. Obviously, the shorter the time frame, the quicker that you will get a payout. What is good about this way of trading, particularly in these volatile markets, we've got uncertain market conditions, is that you don't need huge stop losses. So certainly some of the moves that we're seeing at the moment on oil, on gold and silver, if you're trading it on a normal platform, they do require quite big stops because we're getting such big surges. Silver is a great example of that. But on binary, you don't need a big stop. All you need is the price to close in your direction 1 point higher over specified time frame, and you win the entire trade, which makes this way of trading very lucrative. It means you don't have to have a stop loss, you don't have to have a take profit, you don't need to be constantly managing and nurturing the trade. You can just put your trade on, and you can, as long as you've put in some analysis and some research before taking a trade, then you can essentially let the trade run, and you've got a higher probability for that to occur, for you to win a trade, as long as you've done your due diligence before taking a trade, but you don't need to worry about stop losses and take profit and so forth. So it's another good tool for your trader toolbox. So let's move over live to live technical analysis and trading. I'm going to share my charts with you. We've had some really interesting moves on the metals, actually. Let me bring my chart up first and I'll discuss it with you. Hold on 1 second. Okay, good. So just a quick check-in, guys. You can see my chart at the moment. We are currently on gold. Yeah, perfect. Great stuff. Thank you. Okay, good. So the major news to come out of US non-farm payrolls has been that over the month of June, 287,000 workers in June were added versus 175,000, which was forecast. So that has been quite a significant increase in the amount of jobs. So initially, we saw a knee-jerk reaction. We saw a sell-off on gold. We saw a sell-off on silver as well. So we also saw strength on the US dollar. However, what has started to be taken into account is the unemployment rate, which is increased, and the average hourly earnings, which is decreased. So we've seen this before on non-farm payrolls, where initially the numbers looked to be strong for the US economy and taken as a positive, but later on further digestion, the unemployment rate and the average hourly rate then has an effect on the markets later on, and you actually see gold and silver get bought back into, which is what we're seeing at the moment, which I do find quite interesting. I want to see how these markets closed. Obviously, it's been quite a shallow pullback. As soon as gold came back to around 1,337 US dollars per ounce, it moved 200 points. It got bought straight back up again. Now, if we move over, one of the first trades I want to have a look at, I'm just going to double check and see if we can take this actually on binary. Just check if it's still open now, because we're doing a a session which is later than normal today. So hold on as I just double check this, that we can take a trade on the energies. Okay, perfect. Yep, so we can still take a trade. Okay, fantastic. Okay, good. Right, so I'm on oil at the moment, just double checking. Yeah, we are currently on, let's have a look at light sweet crude oil, Brent as well. Yeah, you will see with both of these markets, we had a significant day yesterday. We broke through a critical level of support. You can see that at $47.50 per barrel here on Brent crude oil. We breached below that level. We've closed below it. We're below a number of significant moving averages. And this to me is the start of a longer correction here with oil. We've been predicting this move for quite a while now, that 52 US dollars would be the top of the market here for oil. It's been a slow mover here as it's continued to really ricochet between support and resistance. But overall, on both Brent and light sweet crude oil, they've had quite significant overhead trend channels, which they've really failed to get above these levels. We also discussed this on a previous Commodities Corner, that over the course of the first leg up in a bull market here on oil, we were overextended in terms of time and duration for how long a typical first leg up would last before it corrects. And typically a correction after the first leg up would be in the region between 30 to 60%. And we can see at the moment, we haven't quite got to those levels. So right now, we're sitting around the 25% level. So a 30% correction would take us down to roughly about 45 US dollars per barrel. I would ideally like to see oil break down here between 45 to 40. This whole zone of support would be ideal if we were to continue to see oil breaking down. So at the moment, we've got a nice sell short opportunity confirmation with a bearish close yesterday. We broke through some major levels of support. For those of you who are members of the Gold and Silver Club who are on today's session, you'll know that we've been in this sell short position for some time now, and it really started to pick up momentum to the downside yesterday. For those who don't have a position on, there is an opportunity to get into oil at this stage as well. Although it's below our first entry, there is an opportunity to get in for a second position here too. You can see we've already broken down over the course of today. We're essentially just sitting right at the daily lows here. In fact, light sweet crude oil, if we have a look at that, is very similar and has already breached the previous day's low here. So I do quite like that for more downside. So I'm going to take advantage of additional momentum here into the close today for oil. I'm going to go for a sell short positions, just add to our existing trades. We've still got our sell shorts on here. Let me just see if I get my deal ticket up, make sure we can still take that. Okay, I believe we can. Let's double check that. Yeah, 46.36. Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to go for this trade. It's going to be a trade over the next 3 hours. The deposit on the trade is a sell short. So energy, oil, US dollar, essentially Brent crude oil, looking to get in at 330. So that will be executed in the next 15 minutes for the price to go lower. Stake on that 1,397 US dollars for the payout of 2,500 US dollars. Okay, so I'm going to be in and out of this trade. We're looking to be in this 3 hours duration. Then the market will automatically close here for oil, so you won't be able to take on new positions. So I'm going to go for that. Again, 78.9% risk to, well, payout on this trade. Looking to take advantage of short-term momentum to the downside here on oil, but we've still got longer-term positions on oil as well, which we'll take advantage of. But you can see here the price is coming down, so I need to take this trade soon. 46.28, so I'm going to go for that for the price to be low. Just double check we can get into that. Perfect. Okay, so that has been executed. So I've just gone for a sell short. I just marked that on the chart as well. We've actually gone in for that. Okay, good. So we just entered a sell here on Brent crude oil. Okay, so now moving across. Hey there, Jermaine. Good to see you. So just moving across and having a look now at the precious metals. So we did get that knee-jerk reaction. So if we look at the tighter time frames, you can see On the 1 hour, we got quite a quick, sharp move to the downside, very quickly bought back into. You look at the 4-hour chart, you've got quite a whipsaw here, and gold still hovering around the 1,355. So it's still managed to retrace about 200 points. I do like the price structure on the daily chart at the moment. We continue to hold longer term trades on gold here as well for a buy, but I do like that overall price structure. Very similar on silver at the moment. Silver pulled back, but very quickly also got bought back into. You can see also on the 4-hour time frame, it's produced a rejection candle. We're slowly but surely edging up here. So I do like actually silver at the moment. Also note, platinum is sitting right at a major area of overhead resistance. So it's got a W-shaped pattern. So you can probably see that quite clearly here. You've got a W-shaped pattern. If we get a breach and a close above that level, you can see where we sold off initially, but we've got a significant level on platinum here. You can see where platinum has been building a base for over a year now. We've got a massive neckline, which is sitting just here about $1,090 per ounce. I really rate the binary.com platform for trading platinum because you don't have to pay big spreads and you don't have to have massive stops on this. If you traded that on a normal platform, you do need quite a large stop loss. So I do like platinum and palladium to trade on binary. So we'll come back and have a look at that. Also, just moving over to palladium. Palladium consolidating quite nicely here at the moment. So I do also quite like that potential. You've got similar price structures here on platinum, on gold and silver, but I do like this much longer term neckline which is developing on platinum, which I think if we break above that level, we could really start to see momentum pick up to the upside. So I would definitely keep an eye on that. That's quite a nice rejection candle which is formed up right here at major resistance. So I'll come back and have a look at that in just a second. We'll just move it back over to silver. Silver, the only main thing concerning me on silver at the moment is the weekly. So we had a tremendous move to the upside this week. In fact, let's just have a look at that on the weekly here. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, silver so far this week, yeah, it's up 6% on the week. So it's had quite a significant move over the course of this week. On the weekly here, we are developing a rejection candle. But then again, if we can continue to surge here and get a close above last week's high, which at the moment, or last week's close as well, which seems to be the case, we look like we're going to, right now we're sitting at $19.87 per ounce here. So if we continue to surge into the close, it won't actually form such a rejection candle on the weekly, and we might continue to see momentum to the upside. So I do like this. I suspect silver might be getting ready to produce another setup for next week. It's been a very shallow pullback so far if we close with a rejection candle. Gold also looking good here as well. Currently, if it was to hold this structure, and then next week we get a breach above the highs, above 1,374 US dollars, I do rate that also for a buying opportunity if we were to break above the highs here, particularly on binary because you don't need to have a big stop loss on this market. I also like the overall move that we're seeing here on platinum as well. I'm just going to have a look actually and see what we can get in terms of a risk or payout on platinum here at the moment. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's see what we can do in terms of how far out we can go. Okay. Right, so note on platinum, we just double check this. Yeah, the last hour or so, last couple of hours, we've actually breached above the highs here. So that is actually taking platinum out to at least 1 year highs here from this breach to the upside. We've had a breakout, nice rejection candle. I believe we could get quite a strong close on that. So I'm going to have a look at platinum here as well. See if we can get a position on. Okay, so I'm looking at platinum to essentially be out in 3 days' time here. So I would look to be out, let's have a look on Monday. And looking to enter into that trade at 1,000 and let's have a look, 1,086 US dollars per ounce. And I go for a 84.2% is the return on that 3-day trade for a deposit of $814 for a 1,500 US dollar payout. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at the moment. Platinum. So looking for, again, the deposit, $814 for 1,500 US dollar payout. Duration 3 days. So in and out of this by the close on Monday, just to take advantage of the momentum to the upside. It looks right. It looks like it's about to fly towards the close today. So I'm going to go ahead and take this trade on platinum for a close on Monday to be higher. Expecting follow through on Monday. Okay, perfect. So that has been executed. So I've just got into a platinum trade here as well. So both of those positions have been entered into. Yeah, absolutely, Jermaine, absolutely. So we've gone into a buy here on platinum. You can see we've essentially, one of the major reasons for this, we've just breached a 1-year high. Very significant neckline here that we've actually just cracked today. We pulled back, very strong buyers coming back into this market. Platinum, you don't need a big spread to trade it on the binary.com platform. You do need a big stop loss to trade this on a normal MT4 platform. And you can see it's already breached above the 2-year highs and it's currently sitting around that level. So I do like that for a swing trade as we go into Monday here, just for the price to close higher. I'm monitoring gold and also silver. They're kind of sitting around the 1355 zone. So we'll see if we do close ultimately with a rejection candle on the daily chart. Silver looks quite good as well. But overall, platinum is the strongest out of the metals right now. Palladium looks good as well, but platinum I prefer. And also I like to sell here on oil, of course, too. Oil, which is breaking down at the moment. So I do like that for a trading opportunity. So really, as we go into next week, that is the trading plan at the moment. Selling oil, going long platinum, looking for more upside in the metals, but possibly you might be able to get better entries as we go into next week. Of course, you can also be kept updated on our new positions that we're taking as we go into next week, as well as trade management of the positions as well. You can join our live trading rooms. You can join us for our trading course as well. If you would like access to all of our live trade ideas throughout the week, which get sent to you directly, you can log in at any time on our member site and have a look at our open positions, which includes the levels that we are entering, exit, entry, specific levels that we are managing each particular trade, each commodity that we are taking. You can get a chance to join us at the private members live trading room. So whether you are a new trader and you just want to really develop a solid understanding of the markets, particularly commodities, and want to fast track your results rather than doing all of the hard work yourself, or even if you're an experienced trader, but you really want to learn how to trade commodities, take your trading to the next level, then I would definitely recommend the private members live trading room. What that includes is the following. So you get exclusive weekly live trading room webinars, you get live trade setups ready to implement, real-time trade notifications so you don't miss any trades, exact details of where to enter, where to exit each trade. You get live trade support to help you through each trade, as well as trade management, customized technical charts and indicators to boost your win rate, and of course exclusive access to our proprietary trading research to give you the ultimate edge in the markets. So all you need to do, if you would like to make an application to get exclusive access to the private members live trading room, all you need to do is go to www.jointhegoldensilverclub.com. Once you've completed the application form, we'll of course get in touch with you ASAP. So I will just put that as a note there for everybody just to show you on the chat there as well. It's www.jointhegoldensilverclub.com. Okay, excellent. Also, I would highly recommend subscribing to our YouTube channel as well, so you can watch our regular reports, our television interviews, just keep updated with the flow of the markets as well. All you need to do is go across on YouTube to the Gold and Silver Club. You'll see plenty of our videos on YouTube, and just hit the subscribe button and you can start getting all of our regular weekly updates as well via our YouTube channel as well. Okay, fantastic. And of course, I look forward to hearing from those of you who will be making an application to join the Gold and Silver Club. I'll just quickly double check there if there's any more additional questions at the moment. Yeah, fantastic. I think that is pretty much it right now. Jermaine, I can reach out to you directly on that. Appreciate that. That's no problem. Purely for commodities, purely for commodities. Yeah, fantastic. Okay, good. So with that, guys, I wish you all a fantastic weekend, good trading, and of course, we look forward to hear from those of you who will be joining us at the Gold and Silver Club. Very much look forward to working with you to help you with your trading. We'll speak to you all very soon, and thanks again to the team at binary.com for assisting with today's session. Okay, take care, guys. Have a great weekend, and we'll speak to you real soon. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.